Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the new Shadow Darmanitan in the Master League Premier Cup. We got some battles sent here with the new Pokemon. We're going to have an even more toxic team than the one that I built before. We're going to have a team here with 2 Charm users in the back, and we're going to have a lead. Of course, it's going to be great against all the Steel types. Speaking of Steel type, in comes here a Golden Go. We're going to have coverage for this Pokemon with the Flamethrower on this Pokemon, and maybe people don't expect this anymore because most people are not riding Flamethrower. Most people are running the Community Day move of Aura Sphere, so let's take a look at this. Yes, boom, goodbye Golden Go. They didn't see it coming, they thought everything would be resisted, but no, joke's on you. We're going to be able to align ourselves, as well as you're gonna see the Gyarados coming in here. For the Gardevoir, it's kind of sad that it's not going to be a double move and sadly not going to run triple Axel, but it is what it is. We're going to see it actually going into the Darmanitan and just sacrificing it immediately. Trying to sweep here endgame, I guess with the Gardevoir is going to be our play. Let's see if this is going to work out. Still, while you don't have the correct moveset on the Gardevoir, basically Charm is all you need anyway. Like, it's not going to make a big difference anyway here. We're gonna see the full farm down, and let's see the opponent still has their dragon in the back there with the Dragonite. You can use a shield, you don't have to use a shield. It is going to be a Dragon Claw, everything is double resisted, and so we can just go for the full farm down and win the first game. Moving on to the next opponent, let's take a look at what they are going to run. We're going to have a very horrible lead. You might actually want to swap out into your Gardevoir here instead, but you decide to go into the Togekiss. Why you might want to go into the Gardevoir instead is that you're just going to have a little bit more of a neutral matchup. Cool thing here though is you're going to have Togekiss with the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is something that you're going to get to a little bit faster, but you decide to let the move go through, which is a little bit annoying, but you can still reach the charge move. Hopefully the opponent decides to use a shield here. Let's see, please do that. They do not. And so you're going to be in a little bit of a tougher spot there. If you threw a little bit earlier, maybe this will have been working out a little bit better for you. Here also would have recommended you to try to get some energy, I guess, on your Darmanitan, but you'd rather go into your Gardevoir, and you have to hope that Gardevoir can farm them all the way down. As you can see here, Dragon Breath variant of the Gyarados is kind of nice, but you really would have liked to have Triple Axel now, because Triple Axel would have been the fast move to get to, but also bust your own attack, which would be kind of nice for the Gardevoir, but it is what it is. We're gonna see here the Gardevoir going to go down against the Rhyperior using the forfeit button. Is the correct play here, and let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to encounter a great lead here, and this is kind of what you want to counter. Oh, this might be the team that I kind of suggested everyone to use, so let's see if there's going to be the Gyarados lurking in the back for this one, but you're going to have a great matchup here. No shield needed, you can still just farm them all the way down, and also good that you have Flamethrower here, which can come in clutch later on. It's going to not be a Shadow Ball, you can just let this move go through. It is a Night Slash, but you can at least still get the shield back, I guess, against the opponent's Magnezone, but this was a little bit silly, especially because you would have liked to have less health than you have right now, because then the opponent would have not got as much farm with the Magnezone. So like, if you just let the move go through, you would have been definitely better off. But it's what it is. We see here at least the insane amount of damage that you can do against the opponent's Magnezone. As a Wild Charge is coming in, they're going to swap out very likely, and you swap out at the same time, expecting the Gyarados in the back. It is the team that I showcased prior on my channel as well, saying that this is most likely one of the best teams to use, but of course this is going to be kind of hard answer towards it, so hopefully you're going to have a great time here. If you can farm them all the way down, which you can, one Dazzling Beam going to force a shield from the opponent here, so that is going to be wild. This should either knock them out or force a shield here. Let's see, it's going to force a shield, and so Darmanitan has a move start, right? Oh no, it's one away. I thought they had a move start. No, it isn't, just one away, and so sadly the win is also one fast move away here, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the next opponent. Another fabulous elite here. We're going to see the Excadrill in the lead. You're going to lose the Zero Shield. You're going to win every other shield scenario because you can just farm them down, as you can see here. Just doing basically charge move damage with your fast moves. And it does not really matter that you have to use a shield here, because you would be able to reach 2 Rock Slides here in time. So maybe you're going to stay in even, go for another fast move and go for another Rock Slide. But you decide to go into the Togekiss, which is also a fine play at this point, as you're going to have 2 Fairy type Pokemon in the back resisting the fast move of the opponent. Going to make this a very decent matchup for you. So, Aerial Ace, of course, a little bit more annoying here that you have Aerial Ace compared to the Ancient Power, as Ancient Power would be able to be super effective, plus giving you the option for a 10% boost, which is definitely good. And here you're going to let them knock you out, which I think is okay because you can just go ahead and go into your Darmanitan, get some extra damage here onto the opponent, get some extra energy, and you can force most likely some damage from them here as well. It's going to be the Jonkus in the back, and so can we see a sweep for the Darmanitan? I think a Rock Slide nearly going to knock them out here. Like, it is not going to be a stab, but you are Shadow and you have so much attack with it. Or do you go for the overheat? No, you're going to kind of mess it up a little bit here, but hopefully you're still going to be fine. I think the opponents decide to forfeit now anyway, but that was kind of sad to see. Next opponent, we're going to have a Dragon Knight in the lead. So for sure, the correct play here is to swap out immediately, as you're going to have 2 answers in the back. Oh, this is a team that I saw on Twitter as well from Taffy Star, I think. They might have Shenlu on the back, or like they might have a different kind of fire type on the back. Let's take a look here. We're going to see the Galar Darmanitan coming in, going to do some decent damage. You can overfarm by quite a bit, and maybe this aerial ace can force a shield from the opponent. Let's find out here. It's going to connect. It's not going to force a shield, so the opponent was maybe expecting that the Ancient Power is not coming through. I think the Ancient Power would have knocked them out, and so you're going to be forced to go into Gardevoir. I would have actually went to the Darmanitan instead, because also this Arming Voice would be resisted. But like this, you can still farm them down at least, and we can see in the back, it's going to be a Golden Go. What is wrong with the Golden Goes? Why are they everywhere? But this is sadly going to be a hard wall towards you, so there's no lot that you can do about it. You can use a shield here onto the Dragon Claw, but at the end of the day, it's not going to change too much here in terms of the matchup. You're going to see the opponent going to use a shield here as well. They can go for another charge move very, very soon, but yeah, you're just going to be able to forfeit this game anyway, and we can move on to the next opponent. A lot of damage coming in from the Darmanitan, but not against water-type Pokemon, so you're forced to swap out. Ooh, this is going to be the Waterfall variant, but you're gonna get out the Mamoswine, and Mamoswine is not enjoying the fast move of Incinerate at all, and you can let this move go through. You're going to use a shield here, trying to force a shield from the opponent as well. It is a little bit of a risky play, but I think it's an okay play to go for. It's not like a bad play in general, especially as they're going to have a little bit of a better time against the Gyarados if shields are down for the opponent, as one Rock Slide is basically going to take a knockout against them. But here, as you're going to see, you're forced to basically go into the Darmanitan now at this point, as this good. Never mind, you're going to go into the Gardevoir, which is also okay. Maybe they have another Pokemon in the back that's going to be weak. Yeah, it's actually the case here. They're going to go back into the Gyarados, which means they're going to have a Pokemon very weak to Gardevoir in the back, which is a good knowledge for you, but it doesn't really help you either, because sadly you're not having Triple Axel. If you had Triple Axel here, you're going to be able to just knock them out or like get the shield from the opponent, which would have been great. But like this, you're going to be a one shield down with a Darmanitan, and I don't think this is going to work out too well. And as said, it was a Dragonite in the back, so we can move on to the next opponent. Machamp, great for your backliner, not so great for your lead. You can stay in. Maybe try to catch a cross chop here would be the play that I would go for. Exactly. This is what you're trying to do, and I think this is just a cross chop. I don't think this is a Rock Slide. It is a Rock Slide. Never mind. I cannot count. That's also great. But it is going to be fine, as the Gyarados is coming in next, which is going to be great for you. You can actually survive the move here still. Awkward Tail does knock you out here. I think this would have been a great opportunity to just no shield. But it is what it is. You can still go for an aerial ace. Hitting all the bubbles would have been great here as well. But yeah, we can still get the shield anyway, so it is not really mattering too much. Now, Awkward Tail is actually going to knock you out with the prior damage of a Dragon Breath. You can farm them all the way down before they can go. Another charge move here, as you're going to see now the swap immediately into the Darmanitan, as that's going to be the Metagross coming back in. Look at the damage of Incinerate. The boosted Incinerate from a like Darmanitan with an insanely high attack stat, Shadow bonus as well on top of it. And we're going to see a Rock Slide being resisted from the opponent's Machamp, but it does not really matter, as you're going to see here. One more fast move, all it takes to knock them out. But it's going to come down to the wire now. Can you still win this game? You can by 1 HP, as you still have the Pokemon in the back there. Next opponent, horrible lead for you. You can swap out immediately into your Togekiss. Let's see what they have as an answer. Excadrill. You might be able to get a shield advantage here. This would be kind of nice for you. Excadrill does need 2 charge moves in order to knock you out, unless they're going to run something weird like Iron Head maybe would be able to. I don't think even Iron Head would be able to. So it's kind of sad that they're going to be able to go for another charge move before you reach the Flamethrower in time. Using the shield here definitely can work out well for you as well. I feel like Aerial Ace would have been the better play, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's take a look at this. I am not wrong, because I'm never wrong, of course. But yeah, at this point, I think letting it go through would have been fine. This is kind of risky. I think you're still fine. I think you can farm down. Yeah, you can farm down. So you can align yourself, which is kind of important for you. And it's actually very important for you. And the flamethrower here is going to be very nice as well. So the dragon is going to align now against your fairy, and the fairy is going to align against your fire. And this is going to be quite lovely. As you can see here, it doesn't do damage. Like, what is happening here? Like, what? Like, what was that? You can still survive and you can still knock them out, but apparently Incinerate didn't do damage for like one time there. I don't know. It doesn't matter unless they're running Hurricane. Are you running Hurricane, my friend? Let's see. Oh, so sad. Still, you're going to be able to win the game. We can move on to the second to last one for today. Look at this lead, a Metagross in the lead. This is going to be lovely for you, especially if they're going to swap out into the Dragonite afterwards, which is going to allow you to get some energy on your Togekiss. And honestly, what you could even do here is, oh yeah, the opponent doesn't even want to give you all the energy. Could have actually waited up the clock. It's actually exactly what I wanted to say there right now. You're doing it, exactly what I kind of thought. Putting more damage on your own Togekiss doesn't allow the opponent to get as much farm anymore with the Metagross. You might want to knock them out now, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit tricky for you to get actually to the Flamethrower. So maybe just go ahead and knock them out at this point. I think this might be a little bit too low, especially after the charge move damage is coming through here. Dragon Claw it is. You're going to try to still reach a move. You can still go at least for the aerial ace. Maybe they still use a shield here. Let's see. They should not use a shield if they're smart, and they are smart, so it is what it is. You can still see here that's going to be a Gyarados in the back, and it's going to be the Dragon Breath variant. So maybe you're going to see here a nice sweep endgame from the Darmanitan here. Let's take a look at this. We're going to see that you can let the move go through. Aqua Tail is not going to knock you out. Dragon Breath is double resisted, and so you can use a shield here, which I feel like is the right call. It's not over yet. It's going to be still actually a little bit of an awkward one. So let's see what you can do here. You're going to let them farm you down as well again. This is basically the exact same what happened before now. You're going to let this move go through. Just going to go for one Incinerate and hope that you can farm down the Metagross as well. Hopefully this is going to work out for you. There was a different play that I would have went for, and I think this would have been the better play to go for. Would have been the full farm one against the, against the Gyarados there, and just go for the Dazzling Demon instead, because this is going to be a little bit close, and yes, it did not work out. So if you went for the Dazzling Demon instead, you could have went for 2 Rock Slides, would have knocked them out and would have won the game, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the next opponent. So at least something that I can show you here as well, which you might want to be doing better for the next time. You're going to run complete spicy stuff here and like a double charm line, which is kind of wild. But yeah, it is what it is. You're going to see a matchup that is kind of sad for you, because it's going to be a little bit of a trickier one. Especially if they bait you here, which they don't, which is good for you. So Rockwrecker going to knock you out while the fast move doesn't do damage. I guess you're going to be fine in the 2-shield scenario. Just going to go for the aerial ace here now, or you're just going to go for the full farm down. This might also work out unless they're going to go for the breaking swipe, but they decide to go for another Rock Wrecker, and you should be fine just farming down 100 energy, nearly full health, but this is going to be a wild one. Let's see. They're going to go into their Gyarados, I think it is. So you can just go ahead and go for another aerial ace. Gonna get the shield here immediately. That is a massive. Now you can go for another aerial ace afterwards. You're definitely going to still reach the next one afterwards as well. So you're going to have actually a decent kind of scenario for you, because the opponent is going to force to use a shield again eventually. So as I also went into a Gyarados, kind of gives you intel that they're going to be weak against Fairy type in the back. You have to go for a charge move. No, why do you not go for a charge move? This was a little bit of a trickier one. Like, why did you not go for a charge move here? This would have been so much better, because you would have had a better chance with Darmanitan as well to knock something out. It's going to be, again, as expected, a Dragonite in the back. But you could have played this so much, like, easier for yourself. Because if you just went for the charge move, they would have been, like, shieldless, and you could have went for a Rock Slide here against the Dragonite. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. But definitely stuff that you can improve on. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. And if it did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.